you're starting over after 60, whether it's after a divorce, a long-awaited retirement, a heartbreak that shook your foundation, or simply after decades of pouring yourself into everyone else's dreams but your own, then hear me clearly. This is your time. It might not feel like it yet. It might still sting a little or ache deep in your chest when you wake up alone in the morning. You might be carrying questions heavier than you've ever known. What now? Who am I without all the roles I used to play? Is it really too late to begin again? But listen, you are not broken. You are not behind. You are not finished. Imagine, just for a moment, opening your eyes tomorrow morning and feeling lighter. Not a little bit, not momentarily, but truly lighter. No weight of old regrets pressing down on your chest. No gnawing guilt at the back of your mind. No heavy fear of the future chaining your spirit to the ground. Just peace. Deep, quiet peace. A stillness that soothes every part of you that's been shouting for attention for far too long. And underneath the peace, the faint, thrilling buzz of possibility. Of excitement. The kind that stirs in your stomach before a long-anticipated adventure. Because that's exactly what this season of your life can become, a grand, breathtaking adventure. Not in the way movies or magazines tell you it should look, but in the simple, profound way it will feel inside your soul. A life where joy isn't a rare visitor but a familiar, daily guest. A life where you aren't defined by what you've lost but illuminated by everything you're about to gain. A life where your spirit feels lighter, your mind feels clearer, and your heart finally feels free to breathe. Today, I want to show you something powerful. 5 things. 5 heavy stones you've been carrying in your pockets, maybe without even realizing it. 5 silent weights, collected over years, decades sometimes, that have quietly stolen your ease, your laughter, your light. And the truth is, you don't need to carry them anymore. You can lay them down, one by one. And as you do, you'll find yourself walking taller, laughing louder, loving deeper, living freer. Each thing we'll talk about today isn't just a nice idea or a motivational poster quote. It's a key, a real, tangible key that unlocks a door you've kept closed too long. A door that leads not to an ending, but to a beginning. So stay with me, listen carefully, because the life that's waiting for you, not too long ago, I found myself standing in my kitchen, staring at a blank calendar pinned to the wall. It used to be full, color-coded reminders, appointments, obligations, names written in careful cursive, promises scrawled in the margins. And now it was empty. No meetings, no family events, no work deadlines, no dinner plans, just silence. At first, I didn't even know how to feel. I remember leaning against the counter, feeling this strange hollow space inside me. Part of me was terrified. The questions came rushing in like a flood. What do I do now? Who needs me anymore? What is a day for if no one is asking anything from me? And yet, right alongside the fear was something else. Something quieter, something almost too shy to name. A flicker of possibility. I didn't have anyone telling me where to be. No one depending on me to show up in a certain way. For the first time in decades, my life was a blank page. I realized I was free, but also completely lost. It's a hard thing to admit even now, because no one really prepares you for the grief that comes with starting over. I thought I would feel only excitement, only relief. But the truth is, it felt like grieving and celebrating at the same time. Grieving the life I had built so carefully, the relationships, the roles, the routines, all the versions of myself that I had worn like second skin. Celebrating the vast, open space ahead of me, the possibility of becoming someone I hadn't even imagined yet. There were mornings I woke up and felt paralyzed by fear. Mornings where sadness sat on my chest so heavily that getting out of bed felt like climbing a mountain. There were afternoons where anger burned hot inside me. Anger at wasted time, at broken promises, at missed chances I couldn't get back. And there were nights when hope tiptoed in so gently, I almost missed it. Nights when the idea of a second chance, a real, honest second chance, tucked itself into the corner of my mind like a secret waiting to bloom. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you're living it right now. Maybe you're waking up to empty days that feel too big to fill. Maybe you're carrying a strange mix of sadness and excitement so heavy in your chest, you don't know whether to cry or to laugh. If you are, know this, you are not alone. There are thousands of us right now standing quietly at the edge of a brand new beginning. And the beauty of it is this: beginnings don't care about your age. Beginnings don't care how many mistakes you've made or how many heartbreaks you've endured. They don't check a calendar before arriving. They just show up messy, beautiful, awkward, and filled with possibility. You standing here right now listening to this, you are standing at the beginning of something incredible. And the only thing you need to do to step into it is to start letting go of what no longer belongs to you. Letting go is not forgetting. It's not erasing the past. It's not pretending things didn't matter. Letting go is honoring what was, thanking it for what it taught you, and gently laying it down so you can move forward lighter, freer, and more open to what life still wants to give you. And life still wants to give you so much more. So if you're ready, if you're tired of carrying old stones in your pockets, if you're yearning to feel peace, true peace, radiating from the center of your life again, stay with me. Because now we're going to walk through the 5 powerful things you can start releasing today. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. One by one, we'll lay them down. And as we do, you'll begin to feel it. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 things you can let go of right now, and why each one will make your life richer, lighter, and more beautiful. Number 1, let go of regret. There was a moment in my life years ago now where I was offered something beautiful, a chance to move across the country, start a new career, meet new people. I was terrified. I told myself it wasn't the right time. I told myself I needed to be responsible. I stayed. And not a year later, everything around me crumbled anyway. The job I stayed for disappeared. The relationship I stayed to protect ended. And I was left not only grieving the life that fell apart, but grieving the life I had never even let myself have. For years, that decision haunted me. Every time I felt stuck, every time life felt small, my mind would wander back to that moment. What if? What if you had just been braver? What if you hadn't been so scared? And every time it was like pressing a fresh bruise. It hurt. It kept me small. It kept me tangled in a story that said, you don't deserve another chance. You already wasted yours. But here's the thing I finally realized, and if you hear nothing else today, hear this. Regret is heavy because we carry it wrong. We sling it over our shoulders like a backpack full of stones. We tell ourselves we have to pay for our mistakes forever. But you don't. You're not meant to. Regret isn't meant to be a prison. It's meant to be a teacher. Regret only has one job, to turn into wisdom. That decision I made or didn't make, it taught me. It taught me about courage. It taught me about listening to my gut. It taught me that fear can be dressed up like responsibility, but underneath it's still just fear. And once I let the regret teach me, once I carried only the lesson, not the shame, I could finally move forward. So I want you to think about your own life for a moment. Is there something you're still punishing yourself for? Some choice you made or didn't make that you keep replaying in your mind like an old scratched record? Maybe it was a marriage you stayed in too long. Maybe it was a dream you never chased. Maybe it was words you wish you had said, or wish you hadn't. Whatever it is, take a deep breath. Seriously, right now. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it, and breathe out slowly. You did the best you could with who you were and what you knew. You did the best you could. You are not the same person today. You know more now. You feel more now. You've lived more now. And that means you can choose differently moving forward. You can choose more bravely, more kindly, more wisely. Not because you're perfect, but because you're learning, always learning. Would you be willing, just for a moment, to lay down the heavy stone of regret you've been carrying? Let's do something together right now. If you can, close your eyes. If you're somewhere safe and still, just close them. Picture yourself standing on a quiet path. In your hand, you're holding a heavy stone, rough, cold, solid. This stone is your regret. Feel its weight. Feel how your arm aches from carrying it so long. Now, ahead of you, there's a small river. The water is clear, gentle, inviting. Walk toward it. When you reach the edge, hold the stone in both hands. Say quietly, out loud or in your heart, "Thank you for what you taught me. I don't need to carry you anymore." And then toss it in. Watch the ripples spread out. Watch the stone sink down into the riverbed, becoming part of something bigger. Feel your hands empty. Feel your shoulders lighter. Feel the space inside you where the stone used to be. Breathe into that space. Smile, even if it's small, even if it's wobbly. You're not erasing your past, you're honoring it, you're thanking it. And you're setting yourself free. Whenever you need to, you can come back to this river in your mind. You can lay down any stone that's too heavy to carry. Because moving forward is not about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about walking lighter. It's about learning to dance again, even if you're dancing with a few scars. You're allowed to move forward. You're allowed to forgive yourself. You're allowed to create joy from here. You are allowed. And when you're ready, we'll keep walking. There's so much more beauty ahead of you, my friend. Number 2, let go of fear of the unknown. Let's talk about something that sneaks up on all of us, no matter our age, no matter how wise we think we've become. Fear. But not just any fear, the fear of the unknown. I want to tell you a story. A few years ago, a friend of mine, her name's Margaret, she was 68 years old when she decided to leave the city she'd lived in for 40 years. She packed up her little car, hugged her grown children goodbye, and moved 3 states away to a tiny seaside town she had only visited once before. No family there. No job. No big plan. Just a feeling that her heart was ready for something new. And do you know what almost stopped her? It wasn't money. It wasn't logic. It was fear. She said to me once, "What if I hate it? What if I can't make new friends? What if everyone thinks I'm foolish?" Running off at my age like a teenager chasing a dream. She almost didn't go. And the thing about fear is, it sounds so reasonable when it's whispering in your ear. Sounds smart. Sounds cautious. It sounds like it's protecting you. But really, fear's favorite trick is to dress up like wisdom, while stealing your life one safe, small day at a time. Margaret moved anyway. And yes, it was awkward at first. There were lonely mornings. There were silent afternoons. There were nights she wondered if she made a mistake. But then, little by little, things changed. She found a tiny bookstore tucked away behind a coffee shop. She met a group of women who took long walks by the water every Wednesday morning. She painted her front door bright yellow because it made her smile. She told me, "I feel more alive at 68 than I ever did at 38. And all because she didn't let fear be the boss of her story. Now I know it's hard. The unknown is scary because it's empty. It has no promises written on it yet. It has no guarantees. But what if, stay with me here, what if the unknown isn't something to fear, but something to meet with curiosity? What if it's not a black hole ready to swallow you, but a blank canvas waiting for your first brushstroke? You don't have to know exactly how things will unfold. You don't have to have every step mapped out. You just have to be willing to step, willing to show up, willing to meet life halfway. The next beautiful moment in your life, the next friendship, the next laughter, the next sunrise that takes your breath away, it's out there. It's looking for you, but it can't meet you if you're hiding behind the walls of fear. It needs you to step out, even if you're trembling, even if you're unsure, especially if you're unsure. Let's take a moment right now together. A real moment. Wherever you are sitting on your couch, lying in bed, taking a slow walk. Just pause. Gently close your eyes if you can. Feel your breath. No need to change it yet. Just notice it. Now breathe in slowly through your nose. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in strength. Imagine breathing in a soft, golden light, courage, possibility, hope. Hold that breath gently at the top. And now exhale slowly through your mouth. As you breathe out, imagine releasing fear. Imagine letting it drift away from you, like a cloud blown by the wind. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in golden light, strength, hope. Hold it. Feel it settle into your bones. Breathe out. Fear, doubt, worry. Let it go. Let it float away. 1 more time. Breathe in. Feel yourself expanding, welcoming the unknown. Hold it, feeling steady, grounded. And breathe out, setting yourself free from the grip of fear. You are braver than you know. You've survived every unknown you've ever faced up to this moment. You are still standing. You are still here. And that means you can face the next unknown too. Before we move forward, I want to ask you something personal. Take a breath, be honest with yourself. What fear has been holding you back lately? Is it fear of failing? Fear of looking silly? Fear of being alone? Fear that it's too late for you? You're not alone. You are never ever alone in that. If you feel comfortable, I'd love for you to share it in the comments below. Not for me, for you. Because sometimes just naming our fear out loud is the first step to taking away its power. And if anything I've shared so far has touched your heart even a little, if you feel even a small flicker of hope rising in you, tap the like button. It's not about numbers. It's about telling yourself, yes, I'm ready to live lighter. I'm ready to live freer. We're just getting started, my friend. The next steps will take us even deeper into this beautiful journey of letting go and stepping fully into the life you still deserve. Number 3, let go of the need for constant productivity. You know, for so many years, maybe even most of your life, your worth was measured by what you could do, what you could produce, what you could achieve. The awards on the wall, the job titles, the endless checklists, the houses cleaned, the children raised, the problems solved, the plans made, the calendars full. And somewhere along the way, a little voice crept in, whispering, if you're not busy, you're not valuable. If you're not doing, you're not enough. Does that sound familiar to you? It sure does to me. Even after retiring, even after the alarm clock was no longer barking at dawn, even after the meetings and deadlines and packed schedules faded away, there it was. That ache, that guilt. A Saturday morning spent just sitting on the porch with a cup of tea felt wrong. Somehow. An afternoon nap carried the weight of shame, like I was stealing time instead of simply living it. I would find myself inventing errands, forcing projects onto myself, anything to feel useful, anything to silence that old voice in my head. But here's the truth I learned painfully, slowly, beautifully. Rest is sacred. Joy is productive. Being is enough. You are not a machine. You were never meant to be a machine. You are a soul. You are breath and laughter and sadness and wonder. You are made for sunsets and music and soft mornings with nothing at all to do but exist. You don't have to earn the right to sit still. You don't have to justify the simple act of being. Your value isn't tied to how many things you cross off a list. Your beauty isn't measured in accomplishments or productivity. You were worthy the day you were born, and you are worthy now simply because you are here. And when you finally let go of the constant need to produce, to hustle, to push, you create space. Space for healing, space for dreams, space for deep, soul-level peace to settle in your bones. You weren't put on this earth to be busy until you collapse. You were put here to live, to notice, to breathe, to love, to experience. So, let's end today with something different. A small but powerful act. Right here, right now, no matter where you are, I want you to join me in speaking life over yourself. You don't even have to say it out loud if you don't want to. You can whisper it. You can say it in your mind. But say it like you mean it. Say it like you're planting a seed deep inside yourself that's going to grow and grow. Ready? Take a breath with me first. In and out. Now repeat after me. I am enough just as I am. I am worthy of rest, of joy, of love. I honor the life I've built and the dreams I still carry. I do not have to earn my worth. It is already mine. I allow myself to slow down, to savor, to simply be. I am free to live my life with peace, hope, and grace. Let those words soak into you. Feel them land softly inside your chest like a hand on your heart. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are exactly where you're meant to be for the journey that's unfolding next. And my friend, the best chapters, the richest, most beautiful chapters aren't always the ones we race through. Sometimes they are the ones we sit quietly inside, feeling the warmth of simply being alive. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for having the courage to let go. And to trust that what's ahead can be lighter, freer, and more breathtaking than you can even imagine. Until next time, take good care of that beautiful soul of yours. Number 4, let go of grudges and resentments. For a long time, I carried a weight around my heart. I didn't always notice it. Some days it felt small, like a stone tucked into my pocket. Other days it was a boulder sitting heavy on my chest. It was anger. It was resentment. It was all the old wounds I thought I had tucked away neatly, but really they were just festering under the surface. Maybe you know what that's like. Maybe there's a name that pops into your mind right now, a face. Someone who wronged you. Someone who betrayed your trust, who let you down, who hurt you in a way you never fully knew how to heal. Family disputes. Friendships broken without explanation. Promises made and shattered. Words said that you can still hear echoing late at night when you're trying to fall asleep. I used to believe that holding on to that anger somehow protected me. If I stayed mad, it meant I hadn't forgiven, and if I hadn't forgiven, it meant they couldn't hurt me again. It felt like armor. But you know what I learned? It wasn't armor. It was a cage. And the only person trapped inside was me. I remember the day it finally broke open. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't even planned. I was sitting outside one evening, just listening to the trees sway in the wind. And for the first time, I realized I was tired. Tired of carrying it. Tired of giving so much space in my mind and my heart to people who weren't even thinking about me anymore. I deserved better. I deserved peace, not endless battles inside my own heart. Forgiveness isn't about them. It never was. Forgiveness is about setting yourself free. It's standing at the edge of a cliff, holding a heavy stone you've carried for years and finally letting it fall. Not because what they did was okay. Not because it didn't matter. But because you matter more. You matter more than the anger. You matter more than the pain. You matter more than what they did or didn't do. So right now, I want to invite you into a small, quiet moment. A simple practice that might just shift something deep inside you, like it shifted something deep inside me that night. Wherever you are sitting, lying down, standing by the kitchen sink, take a breath. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And picture yourself standing in a wide open field. The air is clean, the sky is endless above you. And in your hand, you're holding a string. At the end of that string, there's a balloon. And inside that balloon, all the anger, all the grudges, all the resentments you've been carrying. Feel the weight of it. Feel how tightly you've been holding on. And now, when you're ready, loosen your grip. Watch the balloon begin to rise, slowly at first. Up into the sky. Higher and higher until it's just a tiny dot against the blue. And then it's gone. The space where it lived inside you is now wide open. Light. Free. You didn't let go because it didn't matter. You let go because you matter more. Breathe into that space. Feel how much lighter you are without the extra weight. Feel how much more room there is now for love, for laughter, for peace. It's not always easy. It's not always instant. But every time you release a little more anger, a little more bitterness, a little more pain, you make a little more room for the life you truly deserve. You are not your anger. You are not your wounds. You are not your grudges. You are a soul built for healing, for hope, for fresh starts. And every time you choose peace, you are choosing yourself. Stay here just a moment longer, breathing gently, holding on to that image of a heart made lighter, freer, softer. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and carry the feeling with you into the next beautiful stretch of your life. Number 5. Let go of material attachment. There comes a moment, often quietly, where you look around your home, the shelves, the drawers, the closets packed tight, and realize it's not just stuff. It's pieces of your life. Pieces of who you once were. Of who you thought you had to be. I remember the first time I tried to downsize. It wasn't just hard, it felt impossible. How could I let go of the teacups that belonged to my grandmother? Or the jacket I wore to my first job interview? Or the hundreds of little souvenirs from trips that now felt like distant dreams? Each object seemed to whisper, "Remember me? Remember who you were." And for a while, I thought if I let the objects go, I'd lose the memories too, lose the meaning, lose myself. But the truth is, things are not your memories. Things are not your love stories. Things are not your worth. The love, the memories, the laughter, they live inside you. They always have. They always will. I didn't believe that at first. But one evening, standing in the middle of a room full of dusty boxes, I picked up an old photograph, yellowed at the edges. It was a picture of me and my best friend from college, arms thrown around each other, mid-laugh. And I realized the photograph wasn't the friendship. It wasn't the wild nights or the deep talks or the feeling of being truly seen. That was all still inside me. And letting go of a piece of paper wasn't letting go of her. It was letting go of the clutter, of the weight. When you release what you no longer need, you create space. Not just on your shelves, but inside yourself. Space for new dreams. Space for new peace. Space for the life you still have ahead of you. So tonight, or whenever it feels right, I want to invite you into a small, gentle ritual. You don't need to do it all at once. You don't need to strip your world bare. Just walk around your space, quietly. No judgment, no pressure. Pick up an object, a book, a keepsake, a piece of clothing, and hold it in your hands. Ask yourself softly, does this bring me joy now? Does this support the person I'm becoming, not just the person I was? If it does, honor it, keep it, and if it doesn't, thank it. Thank it for what it meant, and then let it go. Maybe you donate it, maybe you gift it, maybe you simply release it. But with every object you free yourself from, you lighten your load. You step closer to a life where your surroundings reflect your soul, not your storage unit. It's not about having nothing. It's about having what matters. When you walk into a room and everything around you breathes with meaning, with peace, with purpose, that's when your home becomes your sanctuary. And you deserve that. You deserve to sit in your favorite chair, surrounded by only the things that lift your heart. You deserve to wake up and feel spaciousness, not suffocation. You deserve to live lighter inside and out. Your memories are safe. Your love is safe. You are safe. No matter what you choose to keep or release, the real treasures have always been within you. So take your time. Be gentle with yourself. And trust that every small step you take toward lightness is a step toward a more peaceful, more joyful, more you life. If you're ready to embrace this next chapter with open arms, if you're ready to live lighter, freer, and more true to yourself than ever before, I invite you to join us. Subscribe to this channel. Not because you have to, but because you deserve a space where late bloomers are celebrated, where brave hearts are honored, and where soulful adventurers like you are walking side by side. This is your home now. This is your community. And I am so grateful to share this journey with you. Next week, we're diving even deeper into something beautiful. We'll be talking about how to discover new passions at 70, yes, 70, and fall in love with life all over again. You won't want to miss it, because life isn't over. In many ways, the best parts are still waiting for you. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What are you letting go of today? A regret? A fear? An old story you're ready to rewrite? Share it in the comments below. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to find their courage, too. Let's walk this journey together. Hand in hand, heart to heart.